tell you about the okay. We are offering this is a 6 days workshop from the Digisnare Technologies. Okay, you get it in 6 days workshop here. And what are the things you are going to learn here means actually this is we are offering you in a free of cost. And those who attend minimum 5 days, you get a participant certificate also here. And daily you will get a recorded videos also. Like every session, you get a recorded video for the practice purpose. Means once you after the session, you can practice yourself by referring the videos. Daily basis, you get a recorded sessions also. And in the 6 days, what are the things you are going to learn? Okay, already I have shared with you this particular syllabus, and once again I'm going to share you. See, first day we'll learn about the basics of HTML, how to use the editor, structure of web pages, completely about HTML and CSS, some basic level. Because if you know this much, then later level you can upgrade yourself. The entry level we will guide you here. And day 2 we will go for HTML5 and CSS3. Day 3 we will go for JavaScript. Day 4 we will go for jQuery and jQuery UI. Day 5 we will go for PHP, and day 6 is about the database connections. Here totally 6 days sessions we are conducting here. Means you get a one idea about what is the web designing and what is the web development. We can use it here clearly, the stuffs. This entry level skills you get it in this workshop, and later you can upgrade yourself. And if you missed any sessions also, you get a recorded sessions you can use, and you can practice it as a daily basis. Okay, like what is the purpose of learning the web design and development means you can able to develop yourself the websites and web applications. Okay, here front-end technology is HTML, CSS. We use commonly HTML and CSS for the designing purpose, and JavaScript, jQuery for if you need anywhere logics like validations, date picker, any kind of stuff, there we will use it. And PHP and MySQL, it is a backend. For the backend purpose we will use, like any database dependency will be there, adding a records, deleting and displaying the records. In that cases we use this particular activities. Okay, and we are from Digisnare Technology. We are offering you this particular 6 days workshop for you free of cost. We are not charging for you anything. And here you will learn everything like a live session. It is not a recorded session, it's a live session. I will take the real-time example and I will explain you with you. See, if you want to do first today, I will explain about the HTML and CSS. Okay, what is the stands for HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Use of HTML is to develop the web pages. And what is the use of CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Here you get a properties. With the help of that, we can able to create the page like a pages only, but we can add the attributes. Let's say I will come for the editor. Okay, you can use Notepad++ editor for writing the code, or somebody have a different browser also, you can use it. There is a no restrictions. If you have a anybody, you can use some different browsers also, you can use it. There is a no restrictions for that. Okay, there are a lot of editors are there: Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime editor, Visual Code editors. Anything you are comfort with that one, you can do it. Those who don't know, you can use the Notepad. I will explain you here also how to use it. Okay, where you get this Notepad software also, if you go and if you search Notepad editor, Notepad++ download, you get a software here, and it is a open source, no need to pay anything from here. Already I have downloaded, that is the reason I'm not downloading here. If you come latest version, you will get it. Just you can download it and you can install it. Once you've installed, you will get a this kind of icon here. Just if you open it, it will open the Notepad. See, purpose of using the Notepad editor is to write the HTML code or CSS code we can use, and we can write it here. Let's see what I will do here. I will write the code. Okay, first it will be starts with HTML tag your HTML page and it will be end with HTML. Okay, I told you already what is the HTML. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. We use HTML tag for designing the web pages. Let's see here. This symbol is called it as an open angular bracket. This symbol is called it as an closing angular bracket. Means any tag if you are writing, you should be write between open angular and closing angular bracket. We can say it is in a one word angular bracket here. It is combination of both open angular and closing angular bracket. And any tag you want to close, you have to use the slash. Slash means closing. Okay, 90% of HTML tags is their open tag and closing tags. Let's see, in between I will take a head tag slash head tag. In between I will take a title. I will mention it here. DigiSnare Technologies. Now you can see, and I will save this. Okay, I will make a one separate folder under the document and I will save it here. You can make any one particular file here. Let's say I made it as a one file workshop. Okay, here I will save this file as a web.html. Okay, any file. I told you for writing purpose you can use Notepad editor or you can use any other editors also. But while saving, you give me any name, but extension you can save as a .html. Extension you can save as a .html because that is the standard version. Even the people use HTML also, that is also fine, but the standard you maintain HTML. Let's see, I saved here. Now what happens? It stores under the folder. I have made a one folder here under document workshop. The purpose of to do the all files, I will keep it here only. Now how we will execute? Just right click and you say open with Chrome. Now see your title, whatever you defined. Okay, that is here only. Just a second. You can see. See, this is the title. Whatever we defined, it is coming here. I will close these tabs, not required for me right now. Now see what I defined in the title bar, like it is called it as a title tag, that will be reflected here. You can see I defined DigiSnare technology. That is the reason it's coming. The purpose of using the title tag is it has to be shown in the title bar. Okay, if I want to display here the content, what we have to do? If you want to display the content here, you have to define under the body tag. Let's say I will take a body tag here. Then you get an idea. Body / body. Now I will define here, let's say web design and development workshop. Let's see, I saved it. I will refresh. Now see the content is coming here. What I defined, the same thing it's reflected here. See what it tells HTML, it tells the browser how to present the content. H1 means it is a highest, like it is the bigger tag. And it shows in a bold format. And it shows in the bold format. Let's say I will tell you how to see the what is the size. Right now content is came, but what is the size of this text you want to understand means you can use the inspect method. Just right click and you do the inspect. Okay, once you click the inspect, you get this inspector section here. Okay, this is called it as an inspector icon. You select it, whichever section you want, you can select it here. Example, you can see below only it is showing 32px times New Roman. Okay, these are the very important. It's a fundamental, but you should be aware about this one. What is the default size of H1 is 32px, and what is the default font family? It is a Times New Roman. Okay, times new Roman. That is, you have to be aware. And what is the default color of the HTML tag? You can see color is black. Here it is, they are giving down everything, you can see here. Okay, when I take here, it's going down, but you can see by default is color is black color and font size is 32px, and which is the font family? Times New Roman. Okay, because how much font it is taking and how much it is displaying, that is we should aware. That's a very important. Okay, I will take one more tag and I will show you here. That is second heading tag. Okay, totally you get H1 to H6 heading tags. Let's say I will take H2 and I will show you that just a sample. Let's see, I saved it. What I will do, I come here, I refresh. Now see, I will take a cursor on the H2. You have to select here and you have to take it here. Now see, H1 is coming. Okay, H2. Okay, H2 you can see it's not coming here. Okay, what we have to do, if it is not pop-upping here, okay, select it. It will show the property right side, you can see. If it is not appearing, few tags it not shows here. In that cases, it will show here. You can see H2. Font size, it is telling 1.5 em. Okay, 1 em equal to 32px. Okay, 1 em equal to 16px. Let's say I will show you the calculation also, because people calculate in terms of pixel also. 1 em equal to 16px. Okay, if it is a 2 em means 32px, means your H1 tag is a 2 em. Let's say I will show you H1 of. Okay, I will select it here. You can see H1 tag, how much it is showing? 2 em. 2 em means 32px. Okay, guys, if any questions, don't worry. I will give at the end of the session timing. I will resolve it. Not any problem. Let's say here you got an idea now. What is a 1 em? Okay, what is the meaning of em? Em means emphasized text. Okay, that is the emphasized format they will use. Here they are using in the pixel format. If you're using, you can define both em and px, both it will be work out for you. And 1.5 means how much? It is a 24px. It is a 24px. Okay, based on this, we will do the calculation. Now you got idea what is the H1 and H2. One more tag I will write it H3. That is just for your reference. Totally H6 till H1 to H6 you will get. After the session, you will be have a one quiz, small quiz. Okay, all your questions comes there. That is depends on how you listen the classes and how much you concentrated, that you will get an idea. Means after the session, I will give that particular things. Let's see, I will refresh. Now see, web design development workshop. What difference you are seeing? You can see H1 is more bigger, H2 again small, again H3 is again small. Okay, what is the default size of H3? If you click here, it will tell. It is 1.1 em. Again, you can convert to the pixel if you want. And here it is taking default width and height. You can see it is called it as a default width and height. Actually, this particular information will call it as a box model. Whatever it is showing here after inspecting, this is considered it as a box model concept. What are the things included in the box model? Means width, height, padding, border, margin. I will come later. What is the padding, margin, bottom? That is also I will tell you. But you have to be aware now. What is the box model? Box model means it's include width, height, padding, border, margin. I will tell you. No worry. What is the padding? What is the margin? Okay. Now see, you got the idea about writing the headings. If you want a description, how can I write it? Okay. Always, if you need any descriptions, you can write it in the paragraph tag. You can write it a paragraph tag. Let's say I will take it here paragraph tag. Okay. If you want anytime any content, don't copy from any website. There is a website called Dummy Text. Okay. There is a website called it as a Dummy Text. You can take it from here, like to show the website demo, to want to present something to somebody. If you don't have a content, you can use from here. Means there is no copyright issue here. Like anybody can use this particular stuffs. Let's see, I will take it here. Some content I will copy from here. Now you can see I have copied it. I will save. Now you can see the content is coming. Means whenever if you want to describe it about the content, you can use the paragraph tag. If you want to describe any content, means in that cases you can use this particular activity. Let's say now what is the default size also I will tell you. It is a 16 px it will take. By default paragraph tag it takes 16. Okay, if you come here by default it will take it. And even though you can see when you take the cursor on the top, by default it will tell, you can see third row in the pop-up, font 16px times New Roman. If somebody asks in the interview what is the by default family, font family, you can say times New Roman, and by default is 16px. Okay, now you can see here, you can observe it. I have not written any CSS. I written only till now only HTML tags. It is all about the HTML tags. But what happening here, entirely looking like a black, you can see. It's looking like a completely stuff black. What happens if you are doing a completely black, it will be not looks good. That is the purpose the CSS is introduced. HTML is for only writing the text. But if you want to add some extra properties, some looks, that time we have to use the CSS. Let's see, for H1 tag, I will define now. I want to make a red color black to red here. What we have to do, we have to define the CSS. Let's see how to write. I will tell you here. You can use style attribute for defining the CSS inside the HTML tag. Which tag you have, which attribute you have to use? Style. This style attribute tells to the HTML tag. Here we are writing a CSS property. Let's see, first property will write color colon red. What is the meaning of this one? It is indicate double quote starting here and ending here. First property I defined color and assigned the color red. Let's see, I will make it refresh. You can see here web design and development workshop. Why it is coming now red color? Because of the reason I have defined it here red color with the help of CSS property. Means if you want to make a one web page, means you must and should be do CSS property have to be must and should be used. Then only it is possible. Else it won't come here. Now what we have to do here? Here we have to do the one property I have applied color red. Next, what I will do here? Second property I will add. Just say separated by semicolon you have to do. If you want to add more than one. Let's say I will take background green. Any color you add it. I'm just showing the sample here. Now see, background color is changed with green color. See, main thing is basic is very important. If you understand this one, then you go for the next advanced level. But these are the basic properties you should be aware now. Now what happened here? I changed the color, I changed the background, and right now you can see text is aligned where left side. By default, HTML text will be in the left only. If you want to make it in the right, what we have to do here, we can write one more property, text align center. Now see, it is in the center. And one more thing you can observe here in the CSS property. If two words are coming in the CSS property, means they are using the hyphen. If two words are coming, means example font size, that is also two word. Background image, that is also two words. Means wherever the two words are repeating in the CSS property, that is the call it as an we can say two words they are repeating. Just I shown you one sample here how to use the header tag, and I have integrated the CSS also here. Now similarly, I will use few properties for paragraph tag. You can see, let's say I will define it here, style equal to I will take it. First thing is font size. You can say font size by default is 16 px. I want to make it as a 19 px. Imagine. Now see, I will refresh it. Now 19 px. I made it as a 19 px text here. Okay, even though you can test it also, I will tell you the easiest way method. Just see, I will inspect it. Even though you can debug it. Okay, select the cursor here and you commit here. How much it is showing? Font size 19 px. Just you select it here and use the arrow. Okay, up arrow, down arrow. You see, we can test here also by changing the property. If you make it 7 pixel, it shows like this way. 9 pixel, 10 px. Based on your adjustment, you want to see the live debugging. In that cases, you have to use this method. Means corrections, we can do it. Once you feel that is the 20 pixel is a perfect, then you can take it, copy the code. Then you can add it in the property. Now see, here is the property. Means it's very easy way we can learn the web designing part. Just we have to have a patience here. And it is easy to learn also. Let's see, now you got idea about how to use the CSS properties also here. Okay, totally in CSS 3 types are comes. What are the 3 types? I will explain you. Types of CSS. Okay, first one comes inline CSS. Second comes internal CSS. Third comes external CSS. Totally 3 types of CSS comes. One is inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS. Let's see what is the internal CSS. Okay, before going to types of CSS, once again I will tell you here what is the CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Here you get a properties. With the help of properties, we can define the we can add attributes to the HTML tag. Example, here I have added a few attributes. What are the few attributes? You see, background I added, color I added, 2 things. Background means green, color means that red color, whatever it is showing. Now, inline CSS means I will mention here writing a CSS properties within HTML tag. Okay, we can say here H1 and paragraph is a inline CSS because within a tag I have written the CSS property. Within a tag I have written the CSS property. We can say this is an inline CSS example. Okay, here you can see what I will do. I will write in the comment. Also, I will tell you how to write the comment. You can see this is the way of writing the comment. Inline CSS example. I will mention as an inline CSS example. It is for just your reference, and it is called it like this way only. We have to comment in the CSS. Sorry, in the HTML. This is the structure of HTML commenting. Okay, if you write execute also, this particular property never pop up there. It never pop up there. Let's say I will show you. I will refresh. That is not reflecting anywhere because that is the commented code. Okay, how to comment in HTML means you have to use, this is the syntax. Open angular bracket, not equal sign, hyphen, hyphen, inline CSS example. Like this particular format, you have to use it. Now you got idea. I have defined inline CSS for 2 tag. One is paragraph tag and one for H1 tag. Now second thing comes, that is call it as an internal CSS. Okay, how to write the internal CSS? I will tell you, that is okay, writing a CSS within a style tag. Writing a CSS property within a style tag. Okay, means we have to write in between the style tag. It is like we can say in between style tag. Okay, how to write this also I will show you right now. We have to take a one style tag here in between the header. This is the standard way. If you write anywhere also, it will support. Now see, I have written the style tag and I will write internal CSS for this. I will write for H2. Now see, I am mentioning here H2 means it will affect your H2 tag, whatever I will define the property under the bracket. Between the flower bracket, whatever I define, that will be reflected here. Let's say I will take it first property here, height. I will take it 80px and I will mention it width, sorry, text align, center, and even though I will mention it width 100%, background blue. Now if I refresh, okay, it is coming here, but background is not coming. Text line coming center, and height also it is taking. But why it is not coming height, I will tell you. You can inspect it. If you inspect it, you will get an idea. H2 tag. See what I made mistake here. It is telling clearly in the right side of the CSS here. It is telling invalid property value. Because I have made mistake here, I have added one comma here. Actually, this should not come. Means we can identify with the help of debug method also. If you made any CSS property, if you written a wrong, if you made any mistakes, it will be comes there. Let's see what I will do here. I will remove this one. I will add a semicolon. Now that error is resolved. You can say this error is resolved. Now the black color is not looking good on the blue background. What we have to do? You can make it color white. Mention it color white. Now see, color white is happened. See what is the meaning means I took a height 80 pixel, you can see. That is the reason 80 pixel it came. And I brought second one text align center. That is the reason it is coming center. If I here also, if I uncheck, it will go back because I unchecked the text align property, even though you can test it here. If I remove the height also, it will height will remove, height will go. If you want again, you can add it. It is just for a testing purpose. And you see, it is telling my code is located where in the web.html line number 5. Internal CSS and external CSS, it will tell where is we have written the code also, that particular things also it shows here. Now see here line number 5 I have written. Now what we did here, it is the example of internal CSS. I will write that also here in H2 external CSS example. Sorry, it is a internal. Internal means within a style tag. Okay, now you got internal CSS example also. What is the external CSS? I told you totally 3 types of CSS: inline, internal, and external. External means, right, CSS properties in different CSS file and link to HTML page. Means we have to make a separate CSS file and we have to connect to the HTML page. That is, we can say external. External means separate file it is. Let's say I will show you how to create also. I'm going to click on new and I will do save as. Now see, I will save it as a style.css. Here you give me name anything, but extension you can save as a .css. Give me the name anything, but extension you have to save as a .css. Let's see, I will save. And I will connect it here. Okay, you can use the tag name is called link href. Okay, what is the use of link tag means? We use link tag for connecting the external CSS. href means hyperreference. Here I will mention the file name style.css because both I saved in the same folder. And you have to add one more attribute here, rel. Rel means relationship. It is the relationship is style sheet. Now see, I have combined here. Means now this file I have connected it here. Now what I will do for h3 tag, I will define the CSS property in the external CSS. Means you get an idea how it works. Here, no need to take script tag, style tag or anything. Directly you write it, because by default it will identify it is a CSS file. I have defined this. I have created this file for this only. Let's say I will take it here, background, red, color, white. Let's see. If I refresh, you can see it is coming here. Web design development workshop. You can see h3 tag. If you select it here, h3 tag, it will tell the properties here. But where I have written the code, you see, I have written the code under the style.css line number 2. It is telling clearly path where that particular property it is taking from inline or internal or external. If you return inline CSS, it will show in the top up, in the top under the element.style. If you return an internal CSS, it shows under the element.style. If you return the CSS under the internal method, then it will show under the below and it will show the path. Only inline CSS, it will be shown under the element.style. What is the meaning of element.style? Means that specific element styles it will show. That specific element style it will show. If you write as an internal and external, it will show that particular file name also and where is that particular code is there. Okay, out of these three methods, which is the recommended method for the project means external CSS. For the project purpose, we recommend external CSS. In the project, don't use inline and internal. You have to avoid those two things. But in the project, you have to give the external CSS is the preference. And in terms of priority wise also, inline will take a first priority, internal will take a second priority, and external will take a third priority. In some cases, if you define all the three places some properties means, but priority will take first to inline, then internal, then external. Totally, these three types of CSS available in the CSS. CSS means external cascading style sheet. I will write it here in the comment. That will be helpful for you. And even though I will share with you the source code, no need to worry. I will mention here external CSS example. Now see, it's there. Now understood basic structure of HTML and CSS, types of CSS. One more topic I will take here in the CSS, that is types of CSS selector. Okay, types of CSS selector. Types of CSS is different. Types of CSS selectors are different. Okay, totally 5 types of CSS selectors comes. Okay, what are those? First one is tag wise selector. Second one is ID selector. Third one is class selector. Fourth one is group selector. Fifth one is universal selector. Means totally these are the 5 types of selectors we use in the CSS. What are those? One is tag wise selector, ID selector, class selector, group selector, and universal selector. Okay, in one word, I will tell you what is a selector. Example, if I call somebody Raj, what happens? The particular person Raj is there, he will respond to me because I am calling that particular name like a selection. Like here we have to do kind of selections for defining. First thing is tag wise selector means here you have to use target any HTML tag and write CSS. Okay, already I have written it is, just I will show you the sample. See, this is the tag wise selector only. Why we can say it is a tag wise selector? Because already I targeted HTML tag h3. And here whatever I defined, this is also a tag wise selector only. Means with the help of tag name we have to do, that is we can say tag wise selector. Okay, I will tell you CSS commenting also how to do. Here is a, this is the way you have to do. /*/ CSS commenting it is. I will mention it here. Tag wise selector. It is for your reference. Commenting is nothing to do with output. It is just for your reference. Okay, already I defined in the external CSS. That is the reason I have directly shown you here. Any tag you can use it. Now I will come for next ID selector. Okay, ID selector is denoted with hash symbol. Okay, what is the symbol? Hash. Okay, here create one ID name with the help of hash symbol. And one rule is there, and it start with alphabet. You can't use in the beginning 1, 2, 3, 4. In the beginning, I am telling you have to use in the beginning alphabet. Let's say I will show you how to use it. I will take it hash. Okay, I told you hash symbol we have to use. I will mention as a box. It is a user defined name. Okay, it is a user defined name. And I will define here some height and width. You can see I will take it height 200 px, width 200 px, background blue. Three property I have defined. This is, I will take a one division tag here first. In the HTML, I will take a one division tag, div. It is also one kind of tag. If you want to make it different sections, you can use the division tag. Let's say I will refresh, nothing you will get. Okay, why nothing you are getting here? Because division tag by default, no height is there. If you want to define height, then only it will come. Now I have defined here in the one property where in the box ID. This ID I will call inside the division tag. You can see I will space, I will give ID equal to box. You see I have mentioned ID equal to box. It's came here. Let's say I will make it refresh. Now you can see it's came here, the box. Means I have defined 200 by 200. That is the reason it is coming as a pop-up here and it's reflecting here. Let's see if I make it as an inspect. Okay, it will show here. I will make it little bit, elaborate. Now see, it is taking hash box ID from the style.css external CSS. Whatever I defined here, it is coming. You want to increase the width, you can increase. Just you see, just a sample I will show you. This is the debugging method. If you use here, it will increase. You want to change the color, just select it and you can change it according to you which one you want. Means it is like a one kind of defining your own IDs. It is like a user defined ID. If you want any customization, you can use it, because everything we can't depend on the tag name. That is the reason we have to define the ID also. And it is a unique field. If you created one ID, you can use only once in the web page. That is the standard one. I will add this also property where here ID selector. Okay, ID selector. Second thing comes here. Sorry, third one, class selector. Class selector is denoted with a dot symbol. Okay, what is the things? Okay, it is with a dot symbol. Here I will say create one class with the help of dot symbol. And here also it starts with alphabet. That is the rule. You can't create as a 1, 2, 3, 1A, 1B. First letter should be alphabet. After that, you can use digit, not a problem. Let's say I will make one more thing here. One own class I am creating, layout. Just example. Okay, I will define here height and width. Here also I will take same thing. Just I will take a width more. Example, you see, I will make it as a 600. I will come to the property here. One more division, I will take it here. Class, you have to use define as a class. If you are using ID, you have to define as a ID. If you are defined as a class, you have to use the class. And here I will take it here as a value layout. And I will close it. Now see, it is coming. Okay, here I will change the color, else it is little bit confusion for you. What I will do here, I will come to external CSS. I will make it color is pink. You can say. And if you want to bring this division to the middle, you can use the property, call it as a margin netto. What it does, it will bring your sections to the middle of the screen. Now see, it is in the middle of the screen. Based on the screen, automatically it adjusts. Okay, now what is the difference between ID and class selector? Means ID is a unique. Okay, you have to use only once in a one web page, and class is a not unique. You can use multiple times. Example, in the web page you see header, footer, those things comes only one time, then you can define as a ID. In the website you can see product, services comes multiple time. In that cases you create a classes. Just I told you the example. Next comes group selector. Okay, what is the meaning of group selector? Is combination of more than one selection. It is a combination of more than one selection, and separate by comma, and separate by comma. I will show you the sample. Example, you can say I will take it totally two tags here. One is p tag I will take, one is I will take it as an a dot xyz, means one more class I am creating. But you see, I told you separated by comma, any combination you can use. I will mention it here as a background. Right. Now see, I will refresh. Your paragraph tag, you see, it is changed to the what? It changed to the red color. I have defined. I will add a color also here. Color I will make it as a white. Now you can see. But I have not defined anywhere still the classes. Okay, what I will do, I will write one more tag here h4, and I will call the xyz class here. Then you get idea. h4. I will mention just as a today's example. I will define the class here. Class equal to xyz. Any name you take it, except alphabet. Now if you scroll down, you see it is coming today's example. Means more than one selection, if you want, you can use a group selector. That's what I told you here. And next comes universal selector. Universal selector, it is denoted with star. Star is like common, it is like a all. What we do, if common property we can define here, common properties we can define here. Let's say I will tell you one common property I will define as a background. What I will do, I will take it here, star, open flower bracket, closing flower bracket. I will define it here as a background light blue. Now see, whole web page, it will be converted as a now light blue. Wherever I defined, except that you see whole web page is converted as a light blue. And one more thing, you can see everywhere the spacing is coming, you can see here. Why it is coming? By default, body tag, it takes a 8 pixel margin. If you right click and if you inspect, okay, 8 pixel margin is checking, you can see left, top, right, bottom. what we can say here, I can mention it here as a in the common only margin 0px. Now everywhere that space eliminate means avoids now. If I make a refresh, now see that is gone. You see unstrike is came here, strike out, because by default 8 pixel you get it. That is we have removed it now by writing the universal selector properties here. See, in the projects also we'll use these 5 types of selectors only. Mainly we'll give preference for ID and classes. Now property. Okay, here in the comment I will write it which are these properties. I can say it is a class selector, it is just for reference, and I can say it is a group selector, and I can say it is a universal selector. Okay, like I told you clearly here today in the session, basics of HTML, how to use the tags and layout, and second thing is what is the CSS and types of CSS and types of CSS selector. Okay, this recorded video you will get it. Now I will share you